Welcome. So this session will be about something else, not the subconscious, nothing else like that, but black magic, curses, and the dark side. I want to talk about this. I want to spread out awareness about that because angelic beings or good people, they don't have it in their system, something evil. But there is evil, and we have to be aware of it so that we can protect ourselves. So first of all, I want to share my own story so you can understand, or maybe you can link to it. Because I was born and raised in Germany. I was working from 9 to 5, a regular job. And I worked a lot on my subconscious, and I had the chance to escape the matrix in 2023 in October, where I left Germany completely. I burned the bridges and I went to Dubai with no plan, nothing, no business plan, no people that I know. So I just went there with 10,000 euros in my pocket. And the first year in Dubai went very well. I was financially very relaxed, so I could spend how I like. Even I didn't work for 1 month because I was more in, it was Ramadan, so I was fasting. I said, okay, I don't work. So this is how my financial status shifted. And I was even earning more than in my corporate job by working less. So I did my coaching session, reading sessions, and so on. I will open quickly the chat as well so I can see if there are any questions coming from you. Okay, perfect. So everything was perfect. So I understood that I dissolved my money blocks. It wasn't there because it was for long term. So I was in abundance. And also then I left from Dubai to Turkey for the summer pause, and I was in Turkey for almost 3 months. Again, everything was perfect. I was spending money, going around, and so on. With the same confidence, I went back to Dubai. And in the beginning, it was okay. There was nothing like always, because I thought also, okay, it's the beginning. I'm again here, so I have to start from a little bit of zero. Spreading the word that I am in Dubai back again, and I'm open for sessions. So September, October was okay. And you have to know that I also started a relationship, and my partner, he came from Turkey with me to Dubai because I said long distance relationship makes no sense. Let's get to know each other by directly getting into one apartment together. So we moved in. So then November, it was okay-ish, but I was like, okay, very interesting. And I did some rituals like prayers and so on, that the abundance shall flow again. I thought maybe it's a phase, maybe it's astrologically something or whatever. So I found some excuses, let's say. December, it started to get really, really miserable. I was so frustrated because I was meditating, I was praying, and so I'm a Muslim, so we have a lot of powerful Islamic rituals which you do, and then it really, really activates the energy. And I experienced it a lot before. So whenever I was like a little bit in a like squeezy situation, I did this, and the next day, really miracles happened. And I trusted on that. But not that much happened. I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I started to call around friends of mine who are also psychic, where I trusted. And I opened myself. I said, like, is this a sign from the universe that I still, after so many years of subconscious work, have still some kind of money blocks? But then I thought, if I would have some, why was last year so abundant? It doesn't match. And friends, a couple of them were looking, and yeah, I don't see anything like it. Maybe it's a phase. No one had an explanation. And one friend from Germany said even, yeah, I have friends who experienced the same. Probably it's something collective. Be patient. Okay, but I have to pay the rent. It's not fun anymore. And I needed even to how do you call it? To lend money, to borrow money from someone, one of my clients. And I was so down. People even like recognized it because I'm always positive and so on. But I was in a fight with God himself. One day I had even like a crisis at home. I was really shouting at God directly. I said like, is this a kind of joke? Because it's not funny, because I have to pay the rent and I don't have the money. Because I needed to take money from the credit card to pay the rent for the first time of my life. It was I think it was the the January rent. So until March, this was exactly, I was juggling with the money. So it was coming, and I had only one specific client who was really convinced of me, and he really consistently like took sessions. So he saved me, and I was not open enough to say him, hey, I need money. It doesn't look good. I stopped making lives. I stopped showing myself. I stopped recording videos because I was ashamed, thinking like, how is this possible that I teach others, getting thank you messages and wow, you're amazing. So the work I'm doing works perfectly. Like people are amazing, like getting amazing results. But then after this fall off, I had only like 1, 2, 3 maybe. So the money income was so low that I started fighting with my partner, because he just arrived to Dubai. So he had also no job at all. He's astrologer. And I said to him, don't worry, I'm making money in Dubai. We do it together. Anyways, I have to pay the rent. Anyways, I have costs. So you are not a burden to me, and so on. So no problem. I was so confident. And then I started to attack him. And like you see nothing is happening, and you also don't earn money, blah blah blah. But there was a stupid fight. When you would look from the outside, you would say like, this is not the woman I know from online. What is going on? And there was, as if there was someone behind me making me fight with him, but like ridiculous sometimes. I even was going to the bedroom, and then I couldn't hold myself, and I was going back and continuing fighting. And then I stepped back and I said like, this is very crazy. This is not me. Like literally, I'm looking to myself from the outside. There is something wrong. I went to 2 sessions then, because I thought, okay, there is something in the subconscious, maybe still something about my father and so on. But you have no idea. I was so frustrated because I've done so much about my father, especially because he's alcoholic, and he never touched me. I don't remember anything, even from childhood, that he like touched me, or any kiss, not at all, nothing like that. So I know it's a huge issue. And I was cursing to God, like saying like, you gave me already this test and I moved on, and still you now continue with other tests. It's not fun anymore. So then I talked to a friend. I said, I think I need to leave Dubai because I cannot make it anymore. Financially, it's not possible. If it's going on like this, it's not possible. And I said, maybe it's a sign from the universe that I need to leave Dubai, and I'm at the wrong place maybe. Okay, then I take it, then I move on, no problem. And she said, did you consider black magic? What you are telling sounds to me exactly like black magic. I said, like, come on, like, okay, I believe in black magic. Okay, I believe in it, but it is not that I believe it in a way of someone could do something to me, because I am so high vibrational, my energy is amazing. And I always say, even in my lives to my Turkish community, if someone is here, they will know, I always said, nothing, no one can do anything to me, because I'm under divine protection. I'm under protection of Allah, of God. She said, yes, but I know someone, just check. I said, okay, I mean, I have nothing to lose. So the man, he looked at me and he said like, you have 2 black magics on you, done 2.5 years ago, and one almost very near, like new, like November. And this was exactly the phase where I started to fall down with my finances, and also with my relationship, which was not going good. We were thinking about separation. So then I understood who it was, because it was I had a teacher, unfortunately, even a teacher who is teaching spirituality and all this stuff. He was born, not born, sorry. He was raised since 13 years in spiritual environments, and he knows a lot about the Quran, and also, but please don't mix up with religion, because normally this is forbidden in every religion, black magic. So it is normally forbidden, but he knows everything. So he was my teacher for 2.5 years. So the 2.5 years matched as well. First, he did it then, so that I stayed dependent from him. He locked my crown chakra, so it was working, but not really, really working. And I could, after I found out, I could relate to that, because before he locked it, I did also reading sessions. And in my reading sessions, I was very, very specific. I could say, like, even I see someone with this age, hair, and like numbers. I could get, like, it was very, very, like, people were shocked. But after that, I was still do readings very good, but it was limited. He was limiting me, so I stay attached to him. And indeed, whenever I had hardship, I was contacting him. So I was continuously having some issues, but it was not a big issue. The second one he did was when I told him, because he started to message me like, oh, I love you so much, I miss you, and so on. And I said to him, okay, but now I have a partner, and I'm afraid that he might see it and he might think something, that we had something and it's not nice, and so on. And he said, no, we have a bond, which is not like destroyable. We will be like forever together in a way, spiritually, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, like, no, please, this is going too far. I don't want, blah, and so on. And I said, let's, like this, like I was cutting the distance, the communication at all. This was the moment where he did the second one. And this makes so much sense, because then it started with the financial thing. The funniest thing is that I did for myself rituals, I took sessions, I did everything. It shocked me a little bit that someone has so much power to do something like that. I will tell you another story so that you can link. Before I found out the black magic on me, I had a client 1 year ago, for 1 year, who had a similar situation. Very beautiful Spanish woman, married for almost 20 years, and his husband, her husband is very, very rich, like very multimillionaire. And out of nothing, he goes to someone who is totally a criminal. She was searched by, like, I don't know, Dubai police and so on, something. And like there was something going on. And the Spanish lady was beautiful, although she was in her 50s, 60s, whatever. And she said, I'm pretty sure that this lady did something on my husband, because he turned like he started to treat her like an enemy out of nothing. And I said, yeah, maybe this is an excuse, because I was not into black magic, and I thought, yeah, this is maybe an excuse to soften the heart. And I said, yes, maybe there it is, and so on. So afterwards, I found out that she also put a red magic on this guy, and red magic is done for love topics, so that someone is blindly in love with someone. You have to know that this kind of stuff exists, because afterwards I was so angry that I said to this guy who destroyed the black magic, I said, I need to learn this. I need to learn this. I have clients who have similar topics, so I need to learn it and to help them. Because I have some clients, not all of them, but some clients, whatever I do, it doesn't work out. I do sessions and they are leaving very happy. I do hypnosis, subconscious, mindset, and so on. But still, and they say, I feel good, but still the money doesn't come. Still, I don't know, I'm not good with my husband. But in the inside, I feel peaceful. So the session I do works out in the subconscious, but energetically, the doors are not opening. So the thing is that if you are work, or if you have or know someone, I mean, there is a reason why you are here, right? So if you wouldn't relate to it, you wouldn't come in. But if you did a lot of work on yourself, and if you have the feeling that something doesn't feel right, then it might be that there is something energetically blocking you. It can be also that you don't have a black magic from this life that someone did, but maybe also from past lives, any kind of curse or black magic, or from the ancestors that was passed through. So maybe it is your task to destroy it. So it can be like ancestors, past lives, or this life, that there is an energy working on you in the background, which is sabotaging you. Especially when you have the feeling like, what is going on? Like, this can't be that you have like continuously a repetitive pattern here, although you do meditation, you do mindset work. Look, it is very important that you also do the work on yourself.